What is going on, guys? Welcome to the podcast, Stop Crying Poser. Greatest podcast known to man as voted by Ozzy Osbourne, Hulk Hogan, Chuck Mangione, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Connie Francis, Ozzy Osbourne, Ann Burrell, Tom Trope, Robbie Pardlow, Young Noble, Michael Madsen, and Sophia Hutchins. They've all said this is the greatest podcast known to man. And look what happened to them. Welcome to the podcast. We do this every single Friday right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. Today we are right on time. And all those names are celebrities that have recently died. I think the most popular ones recently would have been Ozzy and Hulk Hogan. I think the vast majority of people are more bummed out about Ozzy just because it seems like music has a broader audience than wrestling. Also, not that I know for sure, but I don't think there's any phone calls of Ozzy yelling at Sharon about dating black guys. So I can see why some people might be a little more bummed out about Ozzy than the Hulkamaniacs might be bummed. Just because I think a lot of people forgot about the Hulk Hogan controversies. And I thought there was only one. It turns out there's a few. So a lot of argument, especially on my own Discord lately, regarding if Hulk Hogan is a good person or not. I never really watched him that much in wrestling, which is kind of crazy that people younger than me, there are people younger than me that are bigger fans than me of Hulk, even though I saw more of him wrestling. Also, way outside of his prime, by the way. So I think it's weird that there's so many younger people like trying to defend him. But you know what? People do dumb things. You make a couple of dumb mistakes. People are going to remember. I guess that's the moral of the story. Ozzy made great music. I think everyone's a fan of Ozzy Black Sabbath. I think also the main thing is that all these celebrity deaths, I mean, not all the ones I named at the beginning, but there's more. Theo from Cosby died. All these things happening at once are, you want to say it's unusual, but I think there's so many famous people in the world. There's probably like quote famous. One of them's got to be dying every day. Can you imagine what's going to happen 20 or 30 years from now when like the new definition of fame is like TikTok star, Instagram star, Twitch streamer? You know, it's going to be like 50 of those guys are going to be dying every day because there's so many people that are now kind of considered famous. I always wonder what it must be like for security guards or like you're working somewhere like a club or something. Everyone that walks through that door is going to pretend they're famous and think they're famous. And they're going to give you the whole, oh, you don't know who I am? And you'll have to be like, I don't watch TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I don't watch Twitch. I wasn't watching wrestling in the 70s. So you probably are famous to your followers. But to me, just a lowly doorman, I don't know who the fuck you are. ID. Now. I can't imagine how annoying that must be because everybody kind of thinks they're famous. You know, I sometimes do that. I try not to have too big of an ego, but I remember last year there was an event, and it's actually happening right now as I'm doing this podcast, called The Curb Show. And last year it was part of a much bigger show for like a weed convention with a skateboarding contest in the middle of it. And I went up to the skateboarding section and I had my ID card or whatever. And I was like, hey, I just want to go in here and say hi to everybody. And like, no one else can go in here. And I was like, okay, why? And he's like, you need to show me your health insurance if you want to go in there. And I'm like, dude, I don't have a skateboard. I'm going in there to like interview people. I just want to say hi to my friends and snap a couple of pictures for Instagram or something. And they're like, no, you can't go in there. And I'm like, well, is there somebody else I can talk to? You know, the guy that runs this thing said I could go in there. He specifically invited me to promote this event. I don't know how I'm going to promote it from outside the skateboarding area. And they were like, oh no, we run the whole thing. And I was like, all right, I'll just leave then. I mean, yeah, have fun. I guess, like, number one, I'm not as cool as I thought I was. Number two, being invited here and getting the special ID to get in here wasn't enough for you. Number three, health insurance card. Not sure how that is even helpful. And then the guy that invited me came over who ran the brand that was running that booth. And he's like, oh, this guy has a podcast. He has a big YouTube channel, a lot of followers on Instagram. I invited him out here to cover the best trick event. And they were like, okay, maybe. And then at that point, maybe this is where the ego shines through. At that point, I'm thinking like, well, fuck you. You know what I mean? I calmly explained why I was here. Everything that guy just said about me, I also already said about me. So either you called me a liar a minute ago, or I just needed my dad had to vouch for me. So maybe my future will be outside the club trying to go, you don't know me? I'm pop shove it late flip guy. I'm the pop shove it late flip guy. And it's just gonna be some fucking 8 foot tall, 400-pound bouncer. Like, I don't know what that is, champ. I don't know what the pop late sandwich guy. I don't know what that is. So go around front, buy tickets, do what you gotta do. Anyways, skating this week was pretty good. It was a hot day. If you guys saw the skateboarding video that I put out today, I did 2 tricks. Nollie shove it back nose slide. Kind of a rare trick. I mean, it definitely a rare trick for me. I guarantee you I haven't landed that trick on anything. On anything. I was going to say on anything like higher than like 4 inches, but honestly on anything in probably between 10 and 15 years. So I go to the skate park, I practice, I land it on the curb, then I go for the bigger ledge. I land that fucker 3rd try, and I go, yes, I'm the greatest. And then I say, well, I was going to try a trick last week. Maybe I'll go for that. Boom! Landed that one in under 10 tries. So it was just a really pleasurable day skateboarding. I also kind of thought to myself, the difference between when you first begin skateboarding and then now me being 26 years into skateboarding, like really dedicated to the sport. I remember when I first learned how to skate, there was a lot of, I'm going to ollie, I'm going to flick my foot, and I'm not sure what the skateboard's going to do. I'm not sure how it's going to spin. And maybe I'll try it this way for this attempt. I'll try it again the other way. And now I've spent so much time skating that now I don't wonder what the board's going to do. I have something I expect it to do. And then I have ways to break down why the board didn't move like that. So there's no more mystique around like, oh, what makes a tray flip work? What makes a frontside flip work? How do I balance on a crooked grind? Now it's all about, why did I fuck that up? Why is my foot in the wrong place? Why are my arms doing this? This trick's not going to work unless I correct this small aspect of the trick. And I think in some ways, the fun, the innocent beginnings of skating, that's something you can never experience again. So if you guys are out there skating, probably a couple of you skaters would understand this. When you first start skating is the best because you don't expect anything from the skateboard. And now, X amount of years go by, now you expect the skateboard to do certain things when you try to make it do certain things. I put my foot on the corner so I could get a better shove. I want that skateboard to do a fucking shove. Versus, well, I want the skateboard to do a shove and I hope this works. If it doesn't, we'll just try again. So I think it's an interesting way to look at skateboarding, in my opinion, and I thought about that the other day. One more thing related to skateboarding, and I don't have any of the details yet, but you guys are the first ones to hear this. Possibly next week, or maybe the week after that, we're going to do at least one giveaway for a Plan B skateboard. Can I talk to you guys about Plan B? Colin McKay reached out to me on Instagram saying, do you mind if we use one of your clips for a funny video we're going to put on Instagram? And I wasn't able to respond, so they used it anyways. And then I got back to them, 8 hours later, and I was like, oh man, what an honor, you used my clip. That was really nice of you. And he said, oh, we'd like to send you a board. I said, I support my friends' brands. I don't need any free boards. You guys might think that's weird, but I don't need free shit all the time. But then I thought about it, and I said, you know what? No, I'll take it. Give me free shit. Because then I'll do a giveaway to people who want free shit. And that's you guys. We won't be doing the giveaway via YouTube so much. I'll probably do an announcement on Instagram. And then that will require you to then go from Instagram to YouTube and leave like a secret password or something. I don't know exactly how we're going to do it yet. But listen, I turned it down and then I remembered it's not about me. It's about all of us. I don't need a fucking extra skateboard. I got a whole stack of skateboards that I'm just waiting to use, but I never break skateboards because I land bolts, unlike some of you pro skaters. Anyways, yeah, they were promoting Chris Jocelyn video part, and it's very cool that they chose to use my my clip. By the way, if anyone else out there wants to use any of my clips for anything, everything I make online and I put online is free to have. Anyone can have it. You can make a video about it. You can make it into a joke. I get a lot of comments like, well, you made fun of T-Funk. What if someone makes fun of you? I'll go, please do. I'll show you how to respond. You go, ha, good joke. Nice one. You got me there. That's how you respond to a joke, new generation. Ha ha ha. That video made me look stupid. You really got me there. Nice one. Versus going, why don't you land a kickflip? You made fun of some guy I've never met. You should do better. I like to lead by example. Please, everyone, make a video and make fun of me, and I'll go, ha ha ha, nice one, dude. And then you guys can understand that that's possible. That it's possible to look at a joke and then interpret it as a joke and then laugh at it as if it's a joke rather than everything being, So, yeah, feel free. I appreciate that the guys at Plan B, whoever was involved in that, saw my hilarious jokes and then said, oh, these are jokes, and then said, this is funny. Whatever. So Plan B giveaway could be fun. Can I talk to you guys a little bit more about skateboarding? Speaking of the people I have to deal with on Instagram, can we talk about this? Everyone has such a strong opinion, even though barely any of these people online can do a switch kickflip. You know, it's not like an intermediate level. Like, they haven't reached intermediate yet. They're still a year or two into their skateboarding journey, which is probably going to end soon anyways. They're a year or two in, but then they're going to try to tell me about the culture of the sport. Having done this for a quarter of a century, you're going to tell me what skating's about? Okay, cool. How about this? How about skating's not about going to the skate park, sitting down, and playing on your phone? But that's the guy that's going to tell me about the culture. Okay, good. Well, I have a great example for you guys of people like that. The best example dropped of what most Instagram skaters actually look like. In the new Death Wish video or Baker video, I don't remember what it's called. It's either Baker or Death Wish or one of those things, came out with a video. And at one point, it's the whole Baker team. skating at a spot, and they all have Baker boards and Baker shirts, and there's a guy right there, and he goes, "Oh, you guys are Baker? You guys are the Baker team?" And they go, "Yeah, we're the Baker team." And this kid, I shit you not, goes, "Baker 3 changed my life. It's the best video ever. This skateboarding video changed my life." And then he points at Andrew Reynolds and goes, "You look familiar, I think. Are you in it?" That's the definition of every skateboarder on Instagram. Everything about skating changed their life, and they're way in the culture. And oh my God, everything matters. And I've dedicated my whole life to this sport, but you don't do any tricks, and you don't know who this guy is? It changed your life? Okay. I get it now. I get it. Everyone wants to be overly emotional, but what you will not do, you will not go out there and change your life by learning how to skate a handrail. You will not change your life by learning how to switch 360 flip. Oh no. What you'll do is you'll watch a skate video once, you'll see that it's really popular, you'll have no idea who Andrew Reynolds is, you'll go out, you'll get a Piss Drunks tattoo, you'll get a Baker skateboard that you paid $95 just for the deck, and then you'll go out and you'll try to virtual signal all the other skaters about how you're core and you're cool and you earned this and you're part of it and you have your skate crew. But that's all the easy part. The hard part is learning the tricks, and the second hardest part is remembering who Andrew Reynolds is. He's in the fucking video games. How are you that far backwards? But that's a definition of every new generation skater and kid right now. And they filmed it, and thank God they put it in the video. Because if I were to tell you that story happened, you would call me a liar. You'd say there's no one out there that dumb. And I would say, no. It's actually half of everyone out there who claims to skate is that. Those are the private profiles on Instagram. Those are the SpongeBob SquarePants profile picture that tells you don't know about skating. That's them. That's them walking around in real life. And they have no fucking idea what's going on. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I thought that was pretty funny. Would you guys like to win a free Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack sent directly to you as long as you live in the USA? All you have to do is answer this question correctly. Wrestling legend Hulk Hogan. Excuse me. What is his first name in real life? What did his parents name him? They looked down at his little body going, goo goo gaga, Hulkamania fans. And they said, yep, I'm gonna name you Steve. And then they said, nah, how about Carl? And they said, nah, how about Paul? And then his mom came in, they said, bag up, turret, bag up, turret. And then Hulk Hogan sucked right back up into his mom's pussy. And she farted him out a day later. And his name was Terry. Bag up, turd. Yakitisha, whatever. Go ahead and send me your information after the podcast in a DM, and I will get this sticker pack sent to you. Moving on. Last week was great. Played some games, played some Mario, watched some UFC, got some pizza. Domino's has $10 unlimited topping pizza. I got the thin crust, and I had 2 people in my home, 2 people complain about the crust being too thin. And I got to thinking, well, it's free for you. You're going to come into someone's house, eat free pizza that I didn't even make. Free, and complain about it. The Domino's is right there. I could skate to Domino's in 60 seconds. It's right there. Complain or go. Don't complain or go get more pizza. Kevin Gates, shut up or kill me. shut up or go get better pizza. You know what I mean? And it's free. It's not like I said, hey, $5 at the door for the UFC and the pizza, $5. No, I said, come on in. I already got the first case of beer. Anything you guys see in the fridge, you can have snacks, cookies, pizza, whatever you guys need. And then some asshole goes, what's up with this thin stuff? What's up with that? And I go, that's called the crust. That's the least desirable part of the pizza. It's mostly bread. Look on top of it. Those are all the toppings. That's the ham, the sausage, the pepperoni, the jalapenos. All that stuff on top, that's what you're supposed to be eating. The stuff on bottom is just a vessel to your mouth. And then they said, I need a bigger vessel because most of them are used to sucking giant cock. That's why the thin crust wasn't for them. Fucking assholes. Who complains about free shit? I'll never know. Played some N64 the other day. I think I'm coming back out of retirement. Some of you guys don't know this, but a lot of you guys do. I used to spend a lot of time here on Twitch playing Mario 64, speed running, meaning I know some of you aren't nerds. For those of you who don't know what that means, it means I'm trying to beat the game as fast as possible, and I'm timing myself with a little timer, and I'm practicing and keeping track of which strategies I want to do for Mario 64. My best time ever, 17 minutes, 58 seconds. I also beat it in 9 minutes and 59 seconds in another category. Here's where things get crazy. I only recently realized that when you play N64 on a USB controller, you're not actually getting full control of Mario. If you move the stick just 1 millimeter, it kind of registers as a full stick push. When you're playing the actual N64, if you push it 1 millimeter, Mario will slowly walk. It's like, it's not so much 0 to 100. It's like, press it in the middle, he walks slow. Press it in the medium, he walks medium. Press it forward, he walks fast or runs. And I got replacement sticks for my N64. If you guys have N64s and you remember the joystick in the middle gets all limp, like a little limp noodle, and you go, well, that controller's dead for life. I'll never be able to use it again. Turns out there's companies out there for $5. They sell you the parts to replace all that shit for five fucking dollars. And you don't need any special tools or anything. And I'm so excited to get in there and to mess with it, to take it all apart. I've watched 2 videos, like tutorials, how to do it. And then after the stick is in there, stiff as your mom's dick, just ready to go, ready to fucking jump on Yoshi and wall kick. Joke's on you, there's no Yoshi in Mario 64, you dumb fuck. Although I think there is on the DS version. And actually, if you get all 120 stars, I think Yoshi does appear on the roof. But you don't want to talk to him, because after you talk to Yoshi on the roof, it fucks up your abilities. It fucks up Mario's abilities. It's a waste of time. But I'm very excited. Very excited to play 64 and just do something new on stream. What I've been doing lately on stream is just watching cooking videos. I finally got the new monitor all set up, so we're playing Kaizo. We're playing Super Mario World at the highest level. Bro, we just played Ninja World 3. The only Super Nintendo game dedicated to a professional skateboarder, Ninja World 3. There was no Tony Hawk Pro Skater back in SNES days, but today we have Ninja World 1, Ninja World 2, and Ninja World 3. Created by VL Skate, if you guys remember the guy online that taught most of you how to kickflip. So, very excited just to do something a little bit different on Twitch, because watching cooking videos is fun, and we're still going to do that, and like survival, camping, vlogging videos. But doing that 4 days a week, dude, just sitting in my chair watching cooking videos, it is fun and entertaining, and we learn a lot. But sometimes I kind of want to zone out. I got Ace Combat. I was playing Ace Combat on stream where I'm flying a fighter jet, but bro, it's so boring to watch that. as a viewer, I try to think what it would be like if I'm watching a guy play Ace Combat. Playing the game, 10 out of 10 fun. Watching someone play the game, not even close. Not that fun. I wouldn't watch it. So, just my opinion there. We did trivia. Hung out with a deaf chick the other day, and it was awkward. Nothing wrong with being deaf, all right? But it was just awkward. My buddy brought over his new girlfriend, and she's completely deaf. Can't talk, obviously knows really good sign language. Good-looking girl, a regular person. Doesn't drink alcohol, doesn't smoke cigarettes or weed or nothing. Fully ass deaf. And we're in here, like, first we're just watching TV. We're waiting for T to show up, and then we're going to go to the bar, play pool. Bro! They kept leaving the room, and I'm just in the room with her. And, like, she's, like, watching Cops, and I'm like, fuck, dude, I should turn on closed captioning. But then I'm like, I couldn't figure out the closed captioning setting. But then I realized that she knows what I'm trying to do. So then I look obvious, but I can't find the fucking setting. And then, like, she looks away, but then I'm like, oh, fuck, I should think of some way to, like, cut the tension. But then I can't be like, hey, look at me. She's looking down. So I wave. I'm, like, waving at this part. Like, she's looking down, so I'm, like, my wave is, like, next to the carpet, just waving down here. And then she looks up, and I'm like, I don't know the settings. You ever play darts? And I just make a motion as if I'm playing darts. But she doesn't know if I'm playing darts or if I'm, like, throwing mystery fucking Brazilian powder in her face to make her faint. So, like, what the fuck does this mean? I'm pretending to throw a dart, and I'm like, come outside so I can cast a spell on you, bitch. And I couldn't communicate. It was so awkward. It was so weird, and I feel guilty. But also, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Listen, I spent a lot of time learning enough Spanish to be okay in, like, the Mexican market, but the deaf market, bro, I'm not even going in there because I'm gonna be so fucking lost. And I'm like, eventually Elliot came over, and me and Elliot in the backyard, I'm like, this is so fucking awkward, man. And he's like, what happened? I was like, I tried to turn on closed captioning, but I couldn't find the setting. And he's like, oh, it's in accessibility. And I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna try it again. I'm not gonna go up in there and fail twice. Also, what the fuck is this? I always have closed captioning on Netflix. I don't need it for Cops. God damn it. What a backfire. Oh, man. I ever tell you guys the story? I got this chick's number at a party. She came in with 3 other deaf people, and I was just fucking shit-faced hammering. I got her number, and then I realized she was trans. So... So my friends made fun of me until the end of time. They will never forget that happened. They will never forget that happened. And so now I have a new deaf chick interaction to go along with my other, well, kind of. It's stressful. Now, you know what? Okay, I hope this is not offensive. Deaf people, little handheld dry erase board. I don't know if that's offensive. Little dry erase board, handheld. With a little string on it, with a little marker, another string on it, with an eraser. Something like that. Like, then I can just write darts? Darts? Okay, well... what have I seen on Netflix? Yeah, that's all I got for today, guys. Kind of a skimpy podcast. I watched a series called Untamed. It's about Yellowstone National Park. There's a murder, and some guy has to solve it. And it is... I was listening to the dialogue, and it could be the weed, I guess, but I don't think it was. I'm listening to the dialogue. I'm watching the show. And I say in my head, this story sounds like it was written with AI. I love that right now we're in this period of AI where we can still tell the difference. 10 years from now, it's going to get really weird. But right now, I said this whole storyline and all of this dialogue feels like AI. So I typed it in. I said, the show's called Untamed. I typed in Untamed, Reddit, AI. And what did I find? A ton of people believe that AI wrote this fucking movie. A ton! So I'm not alone. I'm not weird. The weed's not weird. I'm actually a normal fucking person watching a movie going, that doesn't sound right. No human being would write the responses like this. It was written like how a book is written. So, but it doesn't sound natural. Humans don't interact with each other the way that this movie happens. So I want you guys to go check it out if you want. Called Untamed. Pretty cool. You guys will know if you like it within 30 minutes of the first episode. If you don't like it after that, ignore it. But keep in mind the AI thing. Watch it and then tell me in a comment. I also watched Happy Gilmore 2. I'm not a huge Adam Sandler fan, but I do appreciate the classics, right? It's hard not to. Everyone likes Waterboy, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, right? All those movies are kind of the same movie over and over and over again, but they don't really, you can watch them, right? If I have to watch Waterboy twice a year, I can do it. No big deal. I don't get annoyed or bummed. Happy Gilmore 2 came out, and it could have went two directions. It could have either been awful, the way that many would probably expect it to be, like the jokes aren't going to hold up anymore, or it could be really good. And in my opinion, it was really good. It lived up to what Happy Gilmore 1 was, and some of the throwback references, I think, are really good, tasteful, some good jokes, a lot of, like, you know, the stupid humor, right? Like, oh, fucking, I stepped in dog shit. Oh, fucking hit my head on a pan or something. You know, like cartoony shit. None of those things happened in the movie, but I like cartoony shit that would always happen in like a fucking Sandler movie. So if you guys were thinking about watching it, if you guys were on the edge, I would say if you liked Happy Gilmore 1, I think you guys will like Happy Gilmore 2. I don't know if you guys respect my movie opinion, but if you were thinking about watching it but you weren't quite sure, I would say definitely give it a watch. I thought it was fine. I thought it was as good as the first one. Maybe it doesn't give you that same nostalgia because you're not a fucking teenager anymore, right? But I thought it was watchable. Thought it was good. It wasn't overly corny. Yeah, there's one Sandler movie. I can't think of what it's called, but it's like 4 different families all go camping together. I think Chris Rock is in it. And holy fuck, those movies are so unwatchable. They are so shitty. I physically cannot watch any of those. And there's multiple of them. I think even Kevin James might be in it. I don't know what it's. I want to say Grown Ups, but it might not be called Grown Ups. Whatever it is, don't ever watch that shit. It's fucking all. David Spade. Whatever those movies are, fucking horrible, terrible movie. Happy Gilmore 1 and 2, miles above that. It is called Grown Ups. Okay, thank you guys. Big Daddy and Waterboy are the only ones I like. Yeah, those are good though, right? Those are timeless, I would say. You will enjoy Happy Gilmore. All right, enough about this fucking show. That's all I have for you guys today. We went through all of my topics. After the podcast, what am I going to do? Well, I'll probably hang out with my friends and gamble. But before that, I got to go in the backyard in the hot sun and try to paint the top of my rusty ass shed because I said I would do it. I said I would get it done a week ago. I haven't done shit because it's been so hot. But today it's only 99 degrees. So a perfect time to go in the backyard, climb up on the roof, lean over off the other roof on my belly, and paint this rusty piece of shit. Anyways, can I get a hell yeah from everybody in the chat? I appreciate you guys hanging out. We do this podcast every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. And be on the lookout for Deaf Chicks. No. Don't be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for the Plan B giveaway. I will announce that on my second Instagram at Steve Hates Skating. And other than that, check out today's skate video. I did a Bam Margera blunt stall to blunt slide, Bam Margera style. I'm Bam Margera and I do whatever the fuck I want, man. And I also did nollie shove and no slide. Very cool trick. Shout out to Node for Droid, JCav, D-Trick, Fat Rez, Loki, Yaki Tasha, iBook Boy, Cam 702. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. And as I always say, don't drink too much and don't drink too little. Hey, you look familiar. What are you, like the water boy? No, I'm Andrew Reynolds. You stupid fuck.